Hello friends, great to see you on the channel. Today we have part 6 of the vintage watch collection unboxing, the collection I bought blindly for $30,000. And if you missed the previous episodes, I highly recommend watching them. We've already found rare models, unusual dials, and even an Omega. And don't forget about the giveaway we started in part 1. The rules are very simple. Leave a comment under the first video of the series and guess the exact number of watches that were inside all the boxes. Whoever guesses the correct number will win one of these watches, so make sure to participate. Alright, let's see what we find today. The first watch today is a Citizen, very good condition, but let's check if it's actually working. Let's continue. I want to open this box. Opening it now. Interesting. What's happening with the hand? I've never seen this before. The second hand is spinning in a very strange way. Honestly, it reminds me of a scene from a TV show where there was a bomb in a car and the watch hands were spinning just like that. Hopefully this one is safe. Alright. Everything looks fine. The hand stopped spinning. Very beautiful watch. Titanium case. And what's especially nice, we have the box, the documents, and the tags. So it's a full set. Great start. Next watch is Orient. This model was produced in the 1970s for the Middle East market. Quite a rare piece. Next we have Seiko. Very beautiful case. Classic vintage design. The next find is interesting. Bezels for Soviet Amphibia watches. These parts are always useful to have. Next watch, Orient tachymeter. Very beautiful tachymeter design. Alright, and what do we have here? Looks like Tissot. Let's check the case back. Iranian Football Federation. Wow, could this actually be a watch from the Iranian Football Federation? I've never seen anything like this before. The engraving is a little worn, but it's still a very interesting piece. Let me know in the comments. Have you ever seen a watch like this? Next, the classic Orient 3-star. The next watch is a Seiko diver. Very beautiful case. Condition is almost perfect. The bezel looks like it was replaced, but it still looks great. Next, we have another Orient. The crystal needs to be replaced, but the case is in very good shape. Next watch, Soviet Vostok Amphibia. Almost perfect condition. Next, we have another Citizen, but this one is quartz. We'll need to test if it works. Oh, now this is interesting. A hand-painted dial. It shows a Volkswagen T2 van, a real classic. Very beautiful artwork. I'm starting to like these watches with miniature paintings on the dial more and more. Tell me in the comments, do you like watches with painted dials? Next watch, Luch quartz. The bracelet needs repair and we need to test the movement. Next is Orient. Very beautiful model. Interesting dial. Next watch, Orient multi-calendar. Very nice design. Next we have the so-called Orient Rolex. That's actually the name of the case style. Too bad it's not a real Rolex. And here we have another painted dial. Look at the level of detail. The movement is from 1952. Very impressive. Next watch, Stolichnya, a Soviet model. Not very common. Next, Vostok in the Mayak case. a classic design. Next watch, Fast. Swiss watch with a gold-plated case. Looks very elegant. And this is Veles, a Swiss brand. I really like watches like this. Next again, Orient 3-star. This model is from the late 1970s. Another Orient 3-star. Look at how beautiful this dial is. Next, Vostok Amphibia. Another Amphibia, but this one is missing the bezel. The case will need restoration and polishing. And here again we have a painted dial. Look at this. A space rocket. Very impressive artwork. And here is another painted dial. The level of detail is amazing. I always wonder how an artist can paint something so small. Next watch, Orient from the 1970s. Very beautiful case. Looks like it might even have sapphire crystal. Next, Orient 3-star in a yellow case. Very good condition. And notice something, every Orient looks different. Next watch, Swatch. We need to find a bracelet and test if it works. Next, Luch Quartz. Next, Soviet Vostok. Next again, Orient 3-star. Oh, now this is interesting. A Coca-Cola dial. Looks like advertising art from the 1950s. Very beautiful. And here is another painted dial. Look at the detail. Next again, Vostok Amphibia. And this one is very interesting. A pinup girl. These images were very popular in the 1960s and 1970s. The watch itself is from around the 1970s. Very beautiful piece.
And this is Omega. Wow, this is already the 4th Omega I've found in this collection. Now I'm curious. Is the case gold? Let's check. Moment of truth. Yes, 14 karat gold, 585 hallmark. A very beautiful Omega Art Deco, probably from the 1930s or 1940s. Let me know in the comments. Should I polish the case or leave it exactly as it is? I'm really curious to hear your opinion. Next watch. Mickey Mouse. Swiss made. Instead of hands, Mickey's arms show the time. Very interesting model. Next. Orient. Very beautiful watch. And here is another painted dial. The Buran Space Shuttle. Look how tiny the artwork is. That's incredible. Next watch, Vostok Amphibia. And here is another unusual painting. A train, a ship, and in the center, an elephant. If you know what painting this might be, write it in the comments. Vostok Amphibia. And the final watch for today, Pobeda, from around the 1950s, a classic design. All right, friends, that's the end of today's unboxing. Now I'm going to sort the watches by category and calculate the total value. If you enjoy this series, leave a like, write a comment, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to participate in the watch giveaway. It will end in about 2 or 3 more episodes, so you still have a chance to win.
All right, friends. Now let's quickly calculate what we found today. First, the watches with hand-painted dials. We found 9 of them, and I'll estimate them at about $180 each. That gives us $1,620. Next, 3 Orient watches, including the multi-calendar models. Let's estimate them at $200 each, so that's $600. The biggest find today is the Omega Art Deco in a gold case. For now, let's estimate it very conservatively at $1,500. Next, the Seiko diver, which we'll estimate at $300. Then we have the main group, 12 watches, Orient, Seiko, and similar models. Let's average those at $130 each, which gives us $1,560. Next, 6 Vostok Amphibia watches, about $120 each. That's $720. Then we have the smaller group, Mickey Mouse, Fast, Swatch, and Citizen, estimated at $40 each, so $160. Next, 6 Soviet watches, which we'll estimate at about $20 each, so $120. And finally, the 2 Citizen watches, one with the box at $150 and the other one at $100. The Tissot with the Iranian Football Federation engraving is still hard to price, so I'll leave it out for now until I research it more. If we add everything together, the total value for this episode comes to about $6,830. Not bad for one box. And remember, there are still more watches left to open. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments which watch you liked the most today. And don't forget about the giveaway. Guess the exact number of watches in the entire collection under the first video. See you in the next episode.